Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? 2K has released a bunch of information today on August 15th about NBA 2K24. Before this, they have been releasing little bits of information that I will talk about in this video, but today there is a lot. And not so much just even in this courtside report. Mike Wang, the gameplay developer, actually went on Twitter. He said a lot of things, answering questions, so we're going to get to that. I'm going to get through this first, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Make sure in the comments to let me know what you guys think as well. So the first thing, Proplay. This is the big thing about NBA 2K24. It says a lot. I'm going to try to break it down for you guys, though, so it's not too complex. We've seen this in Madden, in some other sports games. It means that the gameplay is going to be more realistic. Before Proplay, what they had to do if they wanted to get a contact dunk in the game, they had to get somebody to come into 2K and mocap the animation. They had to record them in that suit, them doing the animation, and they put that in the game. Now they're going to be able to use live gameplay and take it from that and put it in NBA 2K24. That means that, you know, the animations that seem a bit unrealistic, the LeBron escape, you know, as we know, LeBron doesn't really jump as far as he does like in 2K. It's a little bit cheesy. Maybe now that they have Pro Play, it's gonna seem more like it's LeBron's animation, more realistic. Maybe not. Maybe they're gonna keep the animations the same that they already have in the game, and they're just gonna use Pro Play for new animations on things they don't have. We will see, but either way, it's going to change up how 2K plays, how 2K feels, and that is a good thing because, you know, everyone's gonna have their opinions on if the game is good, what they like. Some people like sim basketball, some people like cheesy basketball, some people like post play, some people like dunks, some people like shooting. The most important thing is that 2K does not feel the same every single year, that it feels like a different game, and based on Pro Play, this game definitely should feel a lot different. I mean, you see new pass animations, new signature movement. I think that's going to be a big thing into the game because people are going to be moving around differently. Everybody's not going to look like they're the same player on the court. Super excited for that. Okay, now when it comes to offense, defense, they do say some things. Take it with a grain of salt because saying something is one thing, but we do have to wait until we actually play the game to really see how it works. You know, last year, Mike was saying that, you know, you're going to have a higher shooting rating to shoot pretty consistently. And as someone that used a max wingspan 7'3" center with 77 three-pointer, I did a series where I used builds with even like a 65 three-pointer. I was still able to hit. It wasn't actually like that. But green or miss is coming back. I think a lot of people do like that. I think that fact that they're not going to have it in quick play, you know, where everyone has different animations, that is good. You know, there is casuals that don't really care to learn every single player's jump shot. They just wanna hop on, you know, use their favorite NBA team once a week against another NBA team. That is cool. Another thing too, they're changing the shot timing visual cue. Now this is very interesting. This year they had late, they had very late, they had early. This time in NBA 2K24, you get to choose what your cue is, whether it's the feet, whether it's the wrist flick. That is going to be super good. That is what I have always used, so it's not going to be a change for me. I feel like some players, they just learn the timing and they don't actually look at their player when they shoot. This is going to make it where you really do have to pay attention to your player. Okay, so you guys are going to see on Twitter, it's not required. You can still take it off, and I do feel like that is what's going to happen. Everyone is going to take layup timing off. It's not going to be worth it. I mean, it's a tough situation. I think that if you are really good with the layup time, and if you're able to green floaters, reverses, euros, then it should make a huge difference. That wasn't the case this year. Whenever you went for a good layup, even if you know, split the defense with a euro step, you could still miss the layup. You could still get it dunked. I feel like they need to find a way that really rewards. Like, if you green a layup, your player should contort his body to the point where he's not going to get blocked, where the point it's not going to be a 50% contested layup. And then that would make players that are doing layups more valuable in the game. We will see. I think it could be something, though, if they did it right. Dunkers, it's pretty much going to be the same situation. Now, they do say that if you take wide open dunks with the meter, you are going to be able to have a bigger green window. And that was a problem because if you use the dunk meter this year, even if you're wide open, it was still pretty tough to time the dunk. I mean, if you're wide open and you're going for a dunk meter, it should pretty much be half green, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. They are saying, too, it's green or miss. We will see. You know, a lot of people were hitting lates, we're hitting earlies, but it's because dunking was different from shooting. You know, you weren't able to green every single dunk, even if you timed it right. Now, there were still people timing it wrong and getting the dunks. I do think if they did it right, green or missed dunks is going to be very fun to play with. It's going to really separate the good slashers from the bad slashers. Paint play, you know, post fades, post tops, that is my bread and butter. They're saying they're going to be effective shots. They're saying strength matters. We will have to see. I think a lot of, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've seen 99 straight centers get boxed out by a 6'1 guard minimum weight with just having box out beast on bronze. That can't happen. If a situation like that occurs, a strong center should just be able to toss the 6'1 guard out of the way. That is what will make strength matter. I need to see strength mattering. I won't go too into depth on the dribbling. There's going to be more animations. They're saying there's new ways, new breakdowns, all that stuff. I feel like when it comes to dribbling, that's something that's better just seen with the gameplay. So we will see when it comes out. Now, this adrenaline is going to be very big. So no more is it you're doing an explosive dribble move and losing an adrenaline boost. Now you can use pretty much as much dribbling as you want. What is going to happen is when a lockdown bumps you when you're driving to the hoop, that is going to make you lose an adrenaline. I'm a big fan of that if lockdowns really got the buff that they deserve. Now, a lot of people, a lot of 2K devs, yada, 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 they're saying that lockdowns are going to be lockdowns this year. There's not going to be people clamp breaking lockdowns easily. There's not going to be, you know, timing a steal right and getting a foul. They're saying lockdowns are going to be good this year, and this is going to be very balanced if it's right. Dribblers are going to be able to dribble like crazy if they're going up against bad defenders, and if they're going up against a great defender, they're going to get boxed up. That's how it should be. You should have to read the lockdown as a ball handler to get open. As a lockdown, you should have to read the ball handler. If you're predicting that he's going to do an explosive move going left, you time it right, you get a bump, make him lose an adrenaline, and once they lose an adrenaline, it's tougher to shoot. That is all beautiful sounding. I can't wait to see how it looks. Now, they're saying defense is going to be more skilled. They said that paint defense is going to be the best it's ever been. You guys will see that in some of the tweets as well. They're saying it's easier to get fouls if you're able to bait somebody into jumping. We'll see. You know, like I said, okay, always talks about defense being better. It's something that you really need to see in the gameplay to believe it. Takeover is very interesting. So it's no longer you choose your takeover. This time, you get the choice of any of them. As soon as you get the take-up meter full, you're able to choose if you want finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, rebounding, or physicals. Now, I'm not sure if there's still going to be the abilities like with Sharp Takeover, the Limitless, with shot creating, you get the ankle-breaking shots. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that or if it's just boosting, you know, the attributes of the shooting. Either way, it's a new takeover system. It's going to add some more excitement into the game. I can't wait to see how it works. I'm a big fan of actually being able to have the option to choose any takeover instead of being stuck with a couple. And this right here, when you unlock Mamba Mentality, activating double takeover will boost all your categories. What I believe is whenever you play the Mamba moments, that is how you're going to unlock Mamba Mentality for the park. That's not confirmed, but it would make a lot of sense, and I would bet money that that is how it's going to be. All right, now let's get into everything Mike Wang said on Twitter. You guys can read it. I will talk about the important things. So first things first, like I said, you know, you don't have to have layup timing on. You will start with it on, but you could still time it, turn it off. Now, he is saying if you have it, you're going to finish around the rim better with it on, so we will see how that works. Again, they're saying paint defense was a major focus, and the biggest gameplay improvements, paint defense could be a lot different. You know, it could still be bad. We got to see, they've said paint defense was good before. It's not always. Right here, they say they're going to talk about builder and badge news coming later in the courtside report, so I will inform you guys whenever we get that, of course. This time, we're going to be able to get a green shot celebration after every made green. You guys know this year, you only got it like 1 out of every 3 greens, and when you had Takeover, a lot of people wanted to get it every single time they green the shot, and that is coming back. Now, this guy was a little bit disappointed. He's saying he likes the suspense, but there's still going to be a delay with feedback, so it's not going to be just you shoot and then you do a green motion immediately. It's going to be a couple seconds so people aren't just cherry picking knowing that you already greened the shot. Right here, he's talking about defense being changed, so there's not going to be as many ghost contests. Now, that could really change the way the game is played. A lot of people rely on getting ghost contests, especially in Comp Pro. When they have one player playing 2, they're able to get a lot of ghost contests in that situation. If you actually have to be in a really good spot to get a contest, that could completely change how defense is played. We will see if it is going to be as good as Mike Wang is saying. He is saying that spins, step backs, dribble pull-ups got a buff in the mid-range. Those are my shots. So if it actually got a buff, I'm never going to miss. I can't wait to see. He's also saying layups like Euros, floaters, you know, hops, spins, they got a buff too. They were terrible this year. Nobody was doing floaters. Nobody was doing reverses. I'm excited to see if layups become a big part of the game. If we're even at the point where you don't have to have dunk and you could just have high layup and it can be effective, I would absolutely love to see that right here. You know, somebody talk about drawing fouls. Again, you know, they kind of changed it a bit this year where you could get more fouls. There was kind of a bad situation where sometimes you just jumped at a defender in the corner and then you gave him a three-point play for no reason. I mean, even if you did a vertical contest at the jump, I'm not totally sure, you know, it's going to be good, bad, we will see. Hopefully, you know, they're not calling fouls like crazy. A lot of the times, fouling really bails some players out from taking bad takes, especially when driving to the hoop. Swishes, there's going to be more swishes this year. There's still not going to be all swishes, though, because if it's green everything, you don't want to see players just switch every single time. Swish every single time. Maybe you do, but, you know, it adds some suspense when the occasional rim goes in. Saying Fade's got a buff in the mid-range, big nerf at the 3. Again, a lot of offense that you saw in comp modes like Pro-Am, Stage, it was guards just running and fading from 3. If you're not able to do that, that is going to be a huge improvement on the game. I think they should be more of a mid-range dribble pull-up kind of situation. Fading from the three-pointer you should only be able to do with Takeover, or if you're really good at timing your shot. It just bails offense out. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When someone's getting boxed up and they just run hard to the right and then just do a fade, it's a bailout. Right here, you can see there's going to be new animations. This is actually a motion style. So they had this in NBA 2K23, but not for like my players. So now you're going to be able to put your motion style on your player. It's how players run, how players move. It's going to be very interesting watching, you know, 10 people in the rec have 8 different motion styles on. People are moving differently. It's going to make the game feel fresher. I can't wait to see how that is. I can't wait to see build, like, you know, videos too about YouTubers saying this is the best motion style. This is going to make you move the best. Hopefully, there's not some super overpowered motion style. I couldn't imagine that being the case, but, you know, we shall see. Still not going to lose adrenaline in the backcourt, so you don't got to worry about getting bumped all the way up the court. But once they cross half court, locks are going to get very bumpy. Try to wear them out with the adrenaline. Contact dunks, you know, it's still the same situation. If you downed this year, you got a rim hang. Now, all you have to do to hang on the rim is just hold RT after you do a dunk. If you're holding down on the right joystick, it's going to give you a flashy. I do like that change, and this is big too. Your shot meter off increases your green window size by 20%. It's going to be very important to actually learn how to shoot without your jump shot meter on this year. Now, personally, I don't mind meter or no meter, but with such a big green window, you know, increase, you got to take it off. They're probably doing this because Zins only work if you have the meter on. They're trying to get rid of Zin. And I mean, if somebody is greening every shot with the meter on, that probably means they're using a Zin. There's not going to be as many shot timings for 2K24. A lot of people complained about that. A lot. Some people hated it. Most people hated it, let's be honest. Some people liked it. They thought it added a skill gap. Variable shot timings have been toned down for 2K24. Most of the community hated it. That is going to be a nice change. He's talking about still green or miss right here. It's big as well. So once you are low on adrenaline, he's saying that finishing is going to be affected. This year, if you're out of adrenaline, you could still dunk pretty well as long as you could get to the hoop. Maybe the case this year is you won't be able to get dunks off with no adrenaline. That is going to be great for the game. He's saying the green window is much bigger for dunk meters this year and layup meters wide open. That is how it should be. If you're wide open, even if you mistime it, it should still go in. But if you're going for contact dunks, if you're going for contact layups, that should be where the skill is. That should be where it's tough to actually green it. Pretty much all we got. As you guys know, they also removed quick drops. They took limitless takeoff out of the game. The big thing with quick drops, you know, a lot of people couldn't stand them. I could defend quick drops pretty well. I could defend people dunking from the free throw line pretty well. But it kind of made the game stale when you're just seeing somebody do quick drops for 365 days. The fact that hopefully we're going to see some different dunks, some more exciting dunks, that's going to be so good for the game. Let me know what you guys think about everything, man. This is Tonic. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys want to keep these news videos coming, and I'm out.